Let's see if we could put something to the test. Ask any Sony fans to list the exclusive games that came out from first party for their console this year. And 9 out of 10 times they would say MLB The Show. That's a lie, because MLB The Show is not an exclusive game, it is multi-plat, it's even on the Switch. They might also say Final Fantasy 16. That's a lie, because Final Fantasy 16 was made and produced by Square Enix. They might say Burning Shores, and to that I would say,
"You retarded?" So I know you're not retarded, but what are you, Down syndrome?
So for 2023, for the most part, when it comes to the big three, they all produced, great games. For 2023, everyone had games with the exception of Sony. Only one exclusive game came out from a Sony studio this year, and that was Spider-Man 2 when it comes to first-party games. Because Microsoft released Hi-Fi Rush, Redfall, Starfield, even Forza Motorsport. And of course, we got our timed exclusive, which is Ark Survival. So 2023, even when it comes to Nintendo, they got a plethora of games as well. So yes, 2023 proved to be a very stacked year for gaming. Gamers didn't have any problem finding a game and playing a game this year. And a matter of fact, most gamers, especially those who are multi-console owners, most likely their pockets were empty this year. Of course, if you had Game Pass, that would have eased the cost that you would have paid for some of these games. But, this year was crazy. That makes it extra difficult to determine who would be the Game of the Year, who will be nominated for the Game of the Year. So we'll dive into that. We will see, what do we expect the Game of the Year to be. In addition to that, we just saw some breaking news that Nintendo has confirmed that there will be a live action Zelda movie. Now, fans of Zelda was dreaming about this for years, for Nintendo to come out with a live action Zelda movie. We'll also discuss that. In addition to that, we will also see how Square Enix is hiding the sales of Final Fantasy 16. Why is Square Enix hiding the sales of Final Fantasy 16? Didn't it do gangbusters? Well, we'll also look at that. So without further ado,
this is a sickness!
Let's get it. So having seen the success of the Mario movie, also having seen the adaptation of One Piece from anime into live action, Nintendo is fully convinced that they can pull off Legend of Zelda. Fans of Zelda has always thought that, in order to make a good Zelda, one will need to have it animated. Not live action, but animated. As you can see in the video here, this is a clip from Super Smash Brothers that really highlights if someone decides to give it a go to animate Nintendo IPs, it would be a great animation. Think about Madhouse doing this, right? However, Nintendo has just announced this. Listen on.
Development of a live-action film of The Legend of Zelda to start. Nintendo Co., Ltd. HQ, Kyoto Manami-ku, Representative Director and President, Shuntaro Furukawa, Nintendo Hereafter, today announced that it will develop a live-action film of The Legend of Zelda. The film will be produced by Shigeru Miyamoto, Representative Director and Fellow of Nintendo, and Avi Arad, Chairman of Arad Productions Incorporated, who has produced many mega-hit films. The film will be produced by Nintendo and Arad Productions Incorporated, and directed by Wes Ball. The film will be co-financed by Nintendo and Sony Pictures Entertainment Incorporated.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
With more than 50% financed by Nintendo. The theatrical distribution of the film will be done worldwide by Sony Pictures Entertainment Incorporated. Producing visual contents of Nintendo IP by itself, Nintendo is creating new opportunities to have people from around the world to access the world of entertainment, which Nintendo has built through different means apart from its dedicated game consoles. By getting deeply involved in the movie production with the aim to put smiles on everyone's faces through entertainment, Nintendo will continue its efforts to produce unique entertainment and deliver it to as many people as possible.
So guys, this is very, very interesting. For one, we know Nintendo and Sony has not worked with each other for decades on anything. For the mere fact that Sony Studios would be putting up 50% to have this movie done is just mind-blowing to me. They being enemies, not enemies, but rivals after all. But let's see how things go with this Legend of Zelda movie. What do you think will be the outcome? Let me know in the comment sections below. For all the Mass Effect fans, we have a new teaser trailer. Look at this. So yes, a brand new Mass Effect teaser trailer. It starts off with someone walking, and it seems to be, you know, someone in a trench coat, a female character with the iconic colors of Mass Effect. What do you think about this, guys? Mass Effect, is it returning after the horrid release of the last Mass Effect? This could be promising. Let me know in the comment sections below. Next up, we have Square Enix. You see, Square Enix profits drop despite Final Fantasy XVI's sales boost. According to Eurogamer, Square Enix has reported a drop in profits despite a boost from sales of its most recent Final Fantasy game. However, 2024 is likely to be a strong year for the company. According to its latest financial report, from April to September 2023, company operating income has dropped by 33% and ordinary income by 42%. And despite an increase in sales of its HD games owing to the release of Final Fantasy XVI and the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, indeed, net sales were up 5.3% compared to the same period last year. But the weakness of the Japanese yen has resulted in lower profits. The company did not give an update on Final Fantasy XVI sales, although previously the company stated sales were extremely strong, despite not being at the upper end of expectations. So it's very clear that Square Enix is hiding the actual numbers that Final Fantasy XVI did. If it is that the sales was so good, if it was extremely high, then Square Enix would have no problem stating how much this game sold. We know that the game did not do as good as the previous Final Fantasy because that was released on both the Xbox and the PlayStation. However, this time it was PlayStation exclusive, and maybe that would have contributed to why they are not confident in letting the sales out. But let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this. Is it that Square Enix is in trouble? Let me know in the comment sections below. Next up, let's talk about the Game Awards. Yes, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards. This year, it would be held on December the 7th. December the 7th at 9 o'clock, I believe, the Game Awards would be this year. The question is, because there are so many good games this year, how would the selection process be for this Game Award? Now, I'm going to try to make a very good argument here as to why I believe Starfield should be nominated. You see, Jeff Keighley and his team cannot merely nominate a game for the Game of the Year simply because there is a high Metacritic score. If that is the case, not even Spider-Man would be nominated this year because there are more than 15 or more than 20 games that scored 90 and above this year alone. So some of the main arguments as to what game should be nominated, or the threshold as to what game should be nominated, should be how the game sold, how the game reviewed, and if the game had the industry talking. For one, we know Baldur's Gate had that effect on the industry. It also sold well. We know Mario Wonder had that effect on the industry, it also sold well. Nintendo did a good job reviving an old genre, which is platforming, and making it new and fresh. We know Starfield, without a shadow of a doubt, had the industry speaking. It reviewed well as well, 83 on Metacritic, and it sold and had an install base that was unheard of, better than any other Bethesda game. So there are many games that could be nominated based on that structure. Now, how would Jeff Keighley, judge? How he and his team would judge the nominees? Who will be nominated? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But for my pick, this is my top 6 nominees for the Game of the Year. Number 6, Hi-Fi Rush. What a surprise. That's all I have to say about this game. What a surprise. Then we have The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I played this. Great game. They revamped it. Next, we have Baldur's Gate. Now, I personally didn't play this game, but I heard a lot of good things. And it's not my style of game, but it must be nominated. Starfield, of course. My game of generation, Starfield. Next, Super Mario Wonder. Also heard good things about this game. This game reviewed well. In addition to that, Spider-Man 2. We know Spider-Man 2 have to be nominated because a Sony game has to be there. Jeff Keighley is a pony at heart. We know this. But all in all, we'll have to wait and see what process they use to nominate these games. I know it wouldn't be an easy process because looking at these Metacritic scores, it's crazy out here when it came to 2023 and good games. So let me hear what is your top 5 picks. Now I chose 6. You could only choose 5. Tell me what are your 5 picks for Game of the Year. Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. This Game Awards would be crazy. I'll see you in the next one. Later.